Coach, maybe just give us your overall thoughts on the first one.
It's good. I think the guys had a lot of fun out there. Getting to play, getting action. I thought a lot of the young guys had smiles on their faces. I think you hear the comments that they had a good time playing football and, testing themselves out against somebody other than our own jerseys, right? I thought all the quarterbacks did well. Defense play. I thought everybody was pretty good. And I thought it was a pretty clean game too, right? Not a lot of garbage. And I mean, everybody wants to see more points scored, but you got good defenses.
You talk about I just asked you yesterday about Cam Allen. You talked again about him, and then he goes out in the first game and gets a pick. Maybe just talk about kind of what you saw in that play from him. And
yeah, if I can recall, I think the receiver might have slipped. Yeah. So he was either going to pick it, or if the receiver stayed on his feet, he might have had a good collision. It's hard to take the coaching hat off sometimes, but I said, good job tucking your shirt, because he got tracked from behind because the guy got his undershirt. Maybe he scores. I don't know. It was a good play. Sometimes those footballs that come right to you, sometimes they're a little harder to catch, but because you're waiting so long for it. But you do have to be in the right position, and he's got to be in the right spot to get it.
We've seen a lot of Tui and Gabe at left guard in camp, and then I think it was third series, it's Micah Vanterpool over there at left guard. Could you maybe talk about, you're just wanting to explore more, get him more reps at different spots, or you could just talk about that?
Yeah, we've got a lot of good players. We've got a lot of good offensive linemen. So we're trying to, it's our job to put the best group out there, the guys that play the best together and can play the way we want to play. But they're all capable. They really are. Tui, Gabe, Micah, they're all capable. Ethan Vibert's good too. Yeah.
Last one for me. I know that you mentioned you liked kind of what you saw from the offense. Could you just maybe talk a little bit more about that? This particularly the first 12 that were out there. Could you just talk about kind of what you saw from that group? And
yeah, I probably don't remember. I have to go back and watch it. But certainly, once again, I think the operation went well. I thought it was clean. I thought Sask was flying up to the line of scrimmage quite a bit and limiting some plays for us, but I thought there was overall really good efficiency from our offense.
Actually, I lied. One more. Return game as well. We saw Trey and then some Myron back there and stuff like that. No mistakes, it looked like. No bobbles, no drops. Is that kind of what you're looking for in a game like this from the return game? Or?
Yeah, there is some IQ pieces to return in the CFL. Obviously, we're trying to return everything. That's why we went on KOR instead of just taking the ball at the scrimmage, the ball at the 40. We want to see guys work, and I think we've got a lot of guys that we can line up back there and feel very confident they're going to, squeeze a lot of yardage out of the plays. And it was nice to see. I thought for a first game, Trey attacking. Driving up and attacking a ball in traffic, that can be hard to do for young guys coming from the States that, still trying to learn the rules and understand how they're protected. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Hi, Coach. Just one on the defense, more specifically. I think you held them to 9 for 21 on second down conversions, and you kept them off the score sheet as far as touchdown goes. Could you get more specific about what you really liked about the defensive unit today, what they did that impressed you?
Yeah, what sticks in my head is Willie batting a ball down and Vaughters picking it up and going sprinting the entire length of the field, even though it may have been incomplete. He's not sure. He just doesn't hear a whistle, so he's going. When you've got two really good players that are as tenured as they are, given that kind of effort, it's hard for anybody else to slack off. I love that effort. I love that play. That to me, if I was to show one clip, that might be it tomorrow. If I was only going to show one, that's the way it's supposed to be done.
Oh, you said during camp you were looking forward to evaluating your quarterbacks during preseason. I know you haven't watched the film yet, but a thought maybe on how all four of them did.
Yeah, I thought they all did well. They all made plays. Like I said, I thought they were all very efficient. They all ran the plan well. The young guys seemed poised. I thought Chase seemed very poised, to go in at the end and use the clock the way he did. And, I mean, he delivered a great ball in the end zone. I think we had some long drives. I mean, all four of them I thought did really well.
It's not easy to sit cold for 56 some minutes like Chase did, and then come in and he goes around the edge on the first throw. You mentioned the throw to the end zone. A thought on his poise.
I mean, he knows the deal. He knows to be ready. That's their opportunity. So, just his ability to run the CFL drill in the last 3 minutes like that is pretty headsy.
Strev took a couple hits, first ones he's taken, obviously, since coming back from the injury. And
Did he take them or did he give them?
maybe a little late calling me, a little late calling me.
Yeah.
But made a couple of nice throws to the wide side of the field as well. A thought about him, considering
He looks good. He looks good. He's a savage, right? I mean, the way he attacked his rehab and the way his confidence is, it's fantastic.
On the return game, a couple of big returns right there in front of your bench. Serge, I don't think is the guy you want making those tackles necessarily. Thoughts on the coverage?
He threw the little hand grenade at the guy. He managed to get him out of bounds, and the other one he stepped out of bounds before. But Serge has been practicing though. He's been hitting the bag a little bit. It's good.
Mike, sorry if you were asked this off the top. Just big picture, did a lot of the guys make your life difficult now because they stepped up and did something to pop out?
Yeah, I think the first week into camp, you realize there was going to be a lot of hard choices, right? And we're not there yet. We're not. Certainly, we got another week and another game, and we don't want to shortchange anybody. I said earlier what I really liked was it seemed like the guys were having fun. Looked like a lot of young guys had smiles on their faces, and I'm sure it didn't all go according to plan or great, but I think they still had a good time out there playing football with their teammates, and it's certainly more pleasurable to coach when guys are having a good time, and it's certainly one of the things we need to see out of guys. They got to have fun. Yeah, thank you.